Good.
Buildings are being patched up. People are moving about and talking. It doesn't seem like general terror and dread. You do notice that the pirates under Rance's supervision are walking around a bit more like city guards than wandering like they did before. Just keeping an eye out for things.
Very nice. I'll give one a wave.
He just kind of does the kind of guard.
Good man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good dudes.
You're able to get back to the center of town, where Wyland, you see your sister is actually kind of taking over running the town a bit from the mayor. So just helping him out. He's helping start up all the rebuilding initiatives. And even actually getting some people to expand areas to help, cover.
Now the mayor is the assistant.
No, the mayor's still recouping from being stabbed by the little changing bastard.
Yes.
The doppel.
Yep.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
Sister, well done.
Business.
Things are looking good here.
Whenever she first sees you, she runs up and is like shocked to see you back and excited, and just like, oh yeah, we're the rebuilding's going pretty well. Haven and a few other small areas have helped out, and the mayor should be back on his feet in another couple of weeks.
Good. And there's been no more attacks or anything?
No, the Ransa's kind of turned the men from just pirates that stay in the town to a bit of a military force.
And then people are adjusting to this just fine?
Some people don't like the idea of a curfew, but it is helping keep an eye on things, and I've had to hold that over with a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, people are still able to come and go as they please. They're able to do what they can. And we even got a bit of a spellcaster in here to keep an eye on things in case anything goes awry.
Interesting.
Oh, who's this?
It's a windling. The captain talked about it. Mostly stays on the ship, and whenever there's a large meeting, she flies around, kind of surveys, make sure that no one looks off, as they say.
What magic does she have?
I think she's a sorcerer.
There's no such thing.
Oh wait,
Maybe you're thinking wizard.
Wizard. There we go. Yes.
Okay.
I knew it was one of those two, and I picked wrong. God damn it. Whatever. But yeah, wizard.
Well, windlings are excellent at most types magic.
Well, she's a little difficult to handle at times.
Well, yes, you already said she was windling.
Again with the racism.
That wasn't me this time.
You just see your sister actually look at, like, whenever Grigori says it's like, she with windlings?
No, he's just special.
It's the second time you've called me that today.
It's being an asshole special.
He's our asshole, so yes.
Okay. But it's like, yes, Captain, though, I worry for him.
Is he here?
Yes, he's in his ship, as she points to his very large ship that's still there. I mean, if he wasn't, this be gone.
Is he still brooding?
Yeah, he's still very upset. He left for about 3 to 4 days. Came back. Hasn't been really old self. By the time she says that, you see Corex just kind of go from, all right, wait, what? Looking concerned. But,
we should go check on him then.
Yes, I agree.
But yeah. So she says she'll talk to you all later. That yes, things to take care of. That Dad will be happy to see you, brother, and goes back to talking to various dwarves and such about rebuilding things and
Oh, the
retrofitting
dwarves
kit.
are the ones rebuilding things. Now who's being racist?
We'll leave you
The
to your work.
dwarf part of town, yes.
Oh, the dwarves have their own part of town now.
Yeah,
It's
because
like
They had it
segregation
when
in
we
action.
first came here.
yeah, so did the elves and the Scrang. They kind of set up shop in their own little areas. I mean, they're intermingling, but it's
Well, everybody's racist now, I guess.
But whatever you do, just don't ask the Windling if he knows any other Windlings, especially if they also happen to be in a band.
a secret band inside a piano. That was the most important part of that sentence you forgot. The secret band inside
Yeah.
the piano.
Well, I'm
We
sure they,
ruined that. We ruined that poor kid's day.
they
Yep.
subscribe to newsletters.
Shit was getting weird that day, I'll tell you.
It's the Windling Band Musicians Union. Come on, everybody knows this.
Yeah, so you go in, and as you start entering, you hear the voice of the Windling talking. It's a little bit higher pitched. Saying that pretty much you looked around and nothing seemed out of place in town today. He just kind of, instead of going his usual self, would be, haha, yes. Just hear a grumble. As you enter, you notice that the drapes are kind of pulled on the windows, so it's a little bit darker. It's just candlelit.
Mm.
The captain, his hair looks more mess than anything. It doesn't look like he's been maintaining it. He just looks up. Oh, you guys are back.
That's some hardcore brooding this guy's been doing.
Yes, we'll make Craxum stay outside though. We don't want him
For
to
now.
meet the captain yet.
Oh, you like to find out anything yet?
Well, yes and no. We've been playing a bit of a messenger boy lately, but we've made some good contacts with beings in power.
Island, it's the captain. You can just say dragons.
I was going to. I was just getting around to it. That's all. It's been a while.
Let the
Captain,
Fogador
you
be dramatic. Come
Yeah.
on.
found dragon. Talk to dragon. Do job for dragon.
You don't have to make it sound like we met the divines.
You didn't meet the passions yet. God damn.
Grok pee and pants.
or
Um,
did we? We don't know.
Yes. What Kajo said. We we made the acquaintance of two dragons. Delivered an egg to one and then reported back to another.
You just kind of see his face going, uh-huh.
Yes.
At which point he kind of looks over and does a quick, to his Windling wizard, who, Grigor, you can kind of tell from the stare she's giving that she's trying to look at the astral side of you guys. And you just see her-
I give her a knowing nod.
she just goes, okay, and goes, now they're fine. Okay, so you guys met dragons, and
Yes.
they didn't just
No.
No, one is going to help when we track down this traitor.
Mm-hmm.
We just need to finish actually finding.
Yes. That's the one part that we haven't really moved that much further on.
either much. I retraced a few of your steps quickly as I could.
This this might be good though. This might be a benefit to us. Which is part of the reason why we're back here. One of the things the first dragon we met gifted us with is a location of trainers for each of us, and we know that getting our abilities improved makes success in our endeavor much more likely. So, unfortunately, they're in 3 different corners of Barsaive, and we might need a
Maybe to fly you
ride.
up.
Yes. Might do you some good to get back in the air. You look a little down.
Plus,
Oh.
plus this would save much time. Going to these places on foot would be monumental waste of time better spent.
True.
Yes.
I did visit one of the places you talked about when you got back before.
Ooh.
As he do a perception check as he pulls out a sword.
What type of perception is this?
Just noticing, so you can do awareness if you want.
Okay.
I know that.
If I
sword.
want to.
Kaja, you kind of know something's different, but you can't really put a finger on it. Grigori, you definitely notice right off the bat, and Wyland, you notice that not as well as Grigori, who's able to see every fine detail and nook and cranny. Apparently, yeah. You notice that when he pulls out the sword, it looks like the sword that he talked about he started with. Except now, if on the hilt of it is a gem like you threw. And you notice the sword has actually become a bit jagged and on the blade versus just being a normal cutlass.
Yeah. I see you have joined up as well.
Yes. And trying to work with myself.
Hmm.
Am I that insufferable of an ass?
Not anymore.
Oh.
I never thought you were insufferable. Eccentric would be a
Yes,
good
it's
term.
better word.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good thing is it can, as told me, to break the chains of binding.
Yes. Well, keep in mind as well, the Selfin gem is not the same personality as you here either. So same experience for me. If your Selfin gem is insufferable to you, that does not mean you are.
I haven't come to even completely trust mine, so don't feel bad about that.
It is a strange situation.
It is.
I suggest you do. Every little bit helps. But your call there, Wyland.
Understood. I'm doing my best to come to grips with it. Speaking of coming to grips with things, there's something that you will probably have to come to grips with. You, good captain, have a fan club.
Who's to me? As he puts the sword back onto the wall.
See, that's the captain that we recognize.
While he's discussing this, I want to step outside and see if I can get that picture from Korax.
All right.
I'll give him like the just a moment symbol, but I'll get the picture from him.
All right. You go outside and you
Bring
just
it
see
in.
Korax like chatting with who was the buddy of the guys? Damn it. Now I
Who's
gotta
the
find.
Buddy of the guys.
Yeah,
Orc or
Satan.
Vincent?
Yeah, Satan, the orc. You just see him sitting there talking with him, and like, oh yeah, I remember this guy. He's one of the original crew. Yeah. And you see Satan sitting there's like he looks a bit ragged himself. He's just the whole thing's been weighing down. Trying not to lead on about no car.
There's been a lot of serious business going on.
Yeah.
Yep. And whenever you ask him for the picture, he rifles through his bag. At which point it makes Titan just kind of bend over laughing at that somebody still has one of these old photos that the captain would
Yeah.
with, or old like portraits
Drawings.
somebody would have
Yeah.
with the captain.
And I'll tell him I'll be right back, and I'll go back inside with it.
Yep.
And I'll show it to Renza.
You just see Rancis stop, stare at it, chuckle.
You are remembering this day.
Oh, we would try to go and we would we had a artist with us,
Mm.
and he really wasn't the greatest, as you can tell by the hands, as he points out. The hands look kind of weird and
Yeah,
janky.
they are difficult, but
Yeah.
we have met this lad.
Guessing he's outside making Satan laugh like an idiot.
That would be him. Yes, he is dying to meet you,
Yes.
but wanted you to know before just barging boy in. Of course, he is adult now, but still.
Yes. You just see him kind of throw open the blinds. Oh, let's let the fans not ever see us down, right? People who we inspire, ones who rely on us for hope.
I am hoping he can return favor and help
And
make you feel better.
you see the captain kind of slap himself in the face a little bit and put on his old cloak,
doing the old
like trying to get some color back in his face as he's been hiding in the dark.
and re-energize himself a little bit. Yeah.
Yep. As he says, like he does that, and he basically gets his leg propped up on the chair. He's like, get him in.
All right, I'll go grab him.
As the
Give him
boy
his picture back and motion him in.
the kid comes in, and he's just like, I've been told I've been sent by fans here. And you just see him put on a bit of an act, and
puts his foot up on a nearby barrel.
his foot's up on the chair, ready to try and give the effect.
Yeah, he's giving this guy the full Captain Morgan treatment.
Exactly. And going through, and the kid starts talking about how like he inspired him and everything, and you can kind of see the captain face go somber, and it's just like, they had openings on the crew, I would love it, but sadly we're full up at them. But how would you like to represent me in water? I can tell you're a man of fashion yourself, as he picks up the cape and just
He really has been rubbing off on this kid.
Yeah.
and you just see him go through and rummage through. Any ship you have and you claim to, part of my fleet, you can be my first in command on the water.
Mm.
And you see him pull out essentially what he gave Kaja, the little like thing to mark him as a member of the
All right, everybody roll toughness to avoid being blinded by the sparkles coming out of Corax's eyes.
It's going full anime mode right now, just
Yeah.
Exactly.
and,
Like when they go like, oh, there's just beams coming out of their face.
and he sits there and is like, yeah, even then I'll grant you this, to help teach you how to be a better part of my crew. One of my friends, Isote, yes, he should be helped. And so he's like, we can drop you off on the way to dropping these lads off, and have your ship. I'll even inspect it. So at that point, you kind of see him go off, and then he tells like, go talk to Satan and find Isote. At which point he does that, and you just see the captain lay down in his chair, like exhausted. That's the most chipper I've had to be in months.
He did just fine. He did just fine.
How did that kid get his?
Yeah.
Eh,
Not
Yeah.
always best to ask.
he's he's very ingenious. Let's look at it that way.
Oh, he stole it.
No
Got
one-
it.
Apparently he takes after you and took from other pirates.
Yeah.
And no one got hurt.
Yeah.
And in other words, he
Very
Robin Hooded it.
Yeah. Totally stole from a thief.
That's
Exactly.
ISO could at least get some of the designs that are needed to lay claim to it. Hey, I can finally have a boat that's actually meant to be on the ocean. You just see it?
This was
Yeah.
day we will not be forgetting.
Yeah. So where is it you need?
We'll show him on the three locations on the map.
Okay.
As you can see, we're kind of spread out, but not the first time that's happened.
All right. Well, let's go get this kid his boat back, then I will get the crew to fly you out. Good.
Sounds good.
Sounds great.
Much appreciated. Is there anything we can help you with? Now you are feeling the burden more recently.
Not unless you have some good booze and not that foot cream that I keep hearing you try to sell.
That we would never be so brazen to do that to you.
I got this to let you breathe fire.
He grabs that from you. What?
This is
Yeah.
maybe not safe to be using on airship, though.
Yeah, definitely not indoors, at least.
Probably. But like, all right. And he orders the ship. He basically skeleton crew for the ship with like one extra pilot for each.
Mhm.
And making sure there's plenty of people left in town and leaving the windling around. He gets behind the oar and or not the oar, the wheel of the ship and just starts barking orders, taking to the sky. And you guys got a little bit of a trek, like about a day's worth, since he's not going insanely fast with this. You know, trying to play it up for the kid so he can enjoy his time before he gets to Taro. So you guys can ask him any questions or just chill on the airship.
I can't think of anything right now, so I'll just sort of chill.
Sure.
Yeah. Has he learned anything more at all in regards to Trader at all?
Every time you ask him, he's just like he's got the letter and he's going to go see the town they started in, and Europa hasn't found much, so he's assuming they're mostly trying to use him to get to you. He does display a little bit of his skill with the new sword, just trying to be theatrical with it. And
Hey, you guys could spar along the way.
Yeah, there you go.
And one of the things he shows is like he chains up a couple of crew members and cuts through the chains with it. See the gem activate.
Yes, is freeing from bondage powers. This goes along with comment.
Yes. It's
Makes
told that
sense.
potentially, if I get strong enough, I could see even breaking a possession.
Now, out of character, I know that there's one of the passions is directly linked to the concept of freedom. I just can't remember the name right now, but I feel like this is very much linked to that passion.
I got to look up more about the passions eventually.
Yeah, I know one of them is totally all about this.
Yeah.
There's even an orc-specific discipline based around the freeing of slaves.
Oh.
Because I guess orcs get enslaved a lot.
Bet he's a troll, if I remember correctly.
I think Thera took a lot of orc slaves for hard labor.
I believe you are correct, sir.
But yes, so yeah, troll captain. So, but yeah, so he does that. Kaja, do you show him your little ability?
Yes. I get far away from anything flammable and just swing and let the fire go.
All right. And he looks over to you. I'm guessing, Grigori, yours is all the voodoo that you do.
Yes, mine is not easily seen.
I figured. And
They're very useful, though.
What was yours supposed to be? Accept it.
It had to do with being able to use my words to harm or heal, depending upon what was said, what I spoke to them. I don't know. It was a little overwhelming when I first experienced it.
It is. People take time from accept, some never accept. Just a little bit of help gives them.
Yes.
But we'll see what time will do. Who knows? You could eventually just sit there and be talking about someone's mother and see them just fall to pieces in front of you.
Yes. That's the part that concerns me. It's
think
how
about
it could be accidentally be used.
that. Yeah. Just remember that stupid joke about bards. I don't know. I was, saying your mama jokes and this guy blew up. But yeah, so you
I didn't know that was the verbal component to the power word kill spell.
you guys land in Sotero, and the townsfolk look kind of confused because what the hell is this doing here? As you land, you see his crew pull out a spare sail that has his symbol on it that they set up onto the boat.
Yeah.
And
It's the proudest day of his life.
it just like sitting there and it's like, the inaugural sail of the newer ship. And he grabs your. Do you still have that bottle of foot ointment?
Oh gosh, yes.
He asks for that and slams it on the side of the boat.
All right.
This foot ointment has launched just 1,000 ships.
You see him give a bit of a hat similar to what Captain North.
After we get over the momentary confusion of somebody actually asking for the bottle of ointment.
Yeah.
But
I'm not used to that.
Okay.
Korax is set off on his own, and he heads back down the river. So
And his face is shining so bright we can still see him when he's a mile away.
essentially, he told the kid meet him in Europa, and he'll be waiting for him when he gets there. If you make it there, then we'll make it anywhere, kid. But as he does that, he starts flying up into the air, and he's like, "All right, these guys know where to take you, and guess I'll see you guys in about a month."
That sounds about right.
Yep. At which point,
Thank you again.
just be sure to help me when the time comes.
Absolutely. This will enable us to help you better.
But he says that, and you guys take off. You can say your goodbyes to each other if you want.
Grigori nods to
You
them.
guys. Kaja just gives them both hugs.
I'm just imagining Grigori's getting a hug, like,
Yeah, no, it's like,
or is it one of those things you've gotten used to it, so you just kind of, yep.
Oh man, I'm used to it by now. So more of like a
Yeah. Just kind of wait.
pat on the back. Yeah.
Oh,
While
bye.
he'll happily
Sloan.
hug Kaja back.
Well, there you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, you guys go off to your own little direction. So let's start with Grigori.
Hi.
So you flying towards the blood. You're over it, and you're trying to see on the map where it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Titan is
Maybe-
the one flying with you.
Maybe they're hoping to see if we can find some kind of clearing or
Yeah.
along that river area that maybe the trees aren't as thick and we can actually
Yep. He essentially
land closer in.
took the quickest route he could, which is more
Oh,
this
yeah.
way, and then following the river.
Yeah.
It takes a little under a week for you guys to get there. For just the sheer distance of it.
They're smaller ships, so maybe we'll be able to find a reasonable sized landing spot.
Yeah. Actually, he's just skimming through it to try to drop you off as close as possible.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
as you get towards the area where it's supposed to be, you see what looks to be an ancient city. Looks like even older than Scourge happening. Something that looked like but what you can see in it is also what looks to be a similar looking temple to the one you found for Kara.
Yeah. Well, that'll be the place to go in then.
Yep. He gets close enough, and then he drops a rope down for you. Says he'll be back in a month's-ish time to location. Don't forget. As you descend, it's not the same as the previous, as Kara's one. There's no wind shooting out of it. It's got some crystals, quartz in there lighting up slightly, but they're looking like they're fading a bit more and more.
Hmm.
You make your way all the way down, and you essentially find a very large door that is just covered in bones and a bit of skull design, meant to creep out anyone who's not you enter.
Yeah. Well, this looks like the place, all right.
Yeah.
As the entire time going down, though, you've sensed the spirits around you, and if you focused enough, you could hear them whispering, just talking about you. And a live one, what? Another one, yes. And
Oh, so I'm playing Senua's Sacrifice now, in other words.
well, as you get there, you open the door and you see a very large reddish dragon there who has looks like they implemented a bunch of random bones onto their scales and such.
Mm-hmm.
Just they went full into it, and their horde is just a mountain of skeletons, varying races, varying sizes and ages.
Okay.
One that wasn't afraid. Oh,
In fact, I look, well, I would look strangely at home here if it wasn't for the fact that that's what this person is like as well. So,
in there. So,
greetings. You would be Thanor, I presume.
yes. And who sent you?
Can I get a reminder of the name of the other dragon?
His name was Hyron.
Sorry?
Hyron.
Hyron, all right.
Chiron.
We have met with Hyron. My companions and I, they are not with me now, though.
Mhm. And as he starts circling around you and closing the door from where you were, just kind of push you into the center.
Mm.
So, why did he send you here?
Previous trainer is no longer able to teach me. You were recommended as one who knows more. Clearly more than me, obviously.
You speak with the spirits as well, hmm?
Yes, they sounded very surprised to see me on my way in.
Well,
But this
besides
is
the
not
blood
surprise
elves,
to me. Do not expect you get a lot of visitor.
besides an occasional blood elf that wanders too far, not me. Tell me, how far back can you see in these spirits here? And he kind of gestures for you to look around and notice any of the spirits.
All right, I will answer whatever the
Uh,
answer is.
Basically, just do.
I can see 4 circles worth of them.
It's one of those things of like you can see some. You point out the ones you see, and he kind of just sits there and is like, strong, but not that. So you want to learn the older way, either man.
Yes, this is correct. And just as out of character comment for flavoring the conversation or whatever, the biggest thing, my new discipline talent at this level is going to be summon ally spirit. So I expect a lot of his instruction to revolve around the idea of summoning a friendly spirit to help us, which is something that our team is not used to.
The friendliest ghost.
Yeah.
But
So
right.
in contrast to the fog ghost, I will be learning to summon spirits that will not turn on us.
Very well.
As well, I don't know what new spells are coming up yet, but
very well. I can train you. But no, it will be hellish. That you will be put through worse things than you may have seen before.
This is not unexpected.
You may die. In fact,
I've died before.
This whole row over here is previous students. And you look over, you just see a bunch of them. Hi.
I look at him and I tell him, I have died before.
One of these. Very well. At which point he instructs you to an area where to put down your stuff and starts just drilling you on some of the basics. So who wants to go next?
Next
Or
week,
Kaja?
Grigori comes out of the cave with a few new scars.
I'll go next. Wyland's
Go for it.
probably going to be super fun. And
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay. So, as they take you to your area, the Tylon Mountains, you see a bit of a carved out area in the general vicinity of where they told you to be, and you can kind of see scratch marks all over the place. The pilot pulls down, lets you down, and says, "Yeah, captain's orders. I'll be back in about a month.
sounds good.
Hope you're here."
I do too.
As you go down, you don't see much of way of a temple, but you do see like similar drawings on the walls of setups of just people with their swords and they're fighting. Kind of comparison between Swordmaster and the warriors. As you get down to the bottom, you see a very large iron door with a shield and 2 swords crossed through it. It takes a lot of your strength to be able to push it open, but you're pretty strong for a tiny guy. And you're able to get it open enough that you can get inside. Inside you see a dragon. She is sitting on top of her hoard of weapons. Some are very exotic, some look very rusted. You see a couple that are very large, looking like someone made it for about her size. And he just looks over and is like, "Oh, a new challenger, eh? Oh then.
Yes.
Oh then, I'll make sure to make this a duel. Duel you want to remember." As she just kind of gets up and stretches her wings out in her arm. You see her claws extend, and they just look as sharp as steel. Pretty much, you're on edge about this whole thing already, and she takes a swipe at you, and you dodge. It's just one of those, you can tell she's not really trying to hit you. It's more seeing how well you do. So every time you dodge,
do my goddamnedest, and I maneuver and avoid blow like never before.
She comes at you with one that you're not quite able to dodge, and you pull the sword out to block it. And you're able to stop it using the blunt side, so not to, cut her. Because you don't want to piss off the thing that's supposed to train you and be stronger than you.
Of course.
And she just stops, and so, who sent you? Iron.
No, in character, Kaja would not remember. He lives near Merrick. I'm bad with names.
As she pulls back her hand, she kind of flicks you, and you go flying. Iron sent you?
Yeah, that's right. That's the name.
What's he want? You payment for something that I did long ago that I forgot?
Hopefully he wants you to train me to... It's a bit of a long story, but that's the basic.
Teach me to sword better.
Yeah, just teach me to use this thing better.
All right. Well, as you say that, she kind of whips you with her tail, and you go into the wall, and it's like, "Yeah, I can see where you need to learn to use it better."
Yep.
Very well. Your first training shall be this. Clean this place up. As you look upon the now really disheveled and battle-scarred room, this is your beginning of training.
Wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off.
Essentially. But yeah, so that's starting your training. Every time you kind of do it wrong, she sits there and just lashes out with voice. Nope. Try again. And that'll be the whole setup of your training.
Yeah.
Yay!
So Wyland,
Yes.
you head to Thunder Mountain. And as you get closer, it's pretty much the day beforehand. You're there. You can see it, but you know it's going to take till at least dawn of the next day. And you start hearing very thunderous noises, but it does sound rhythmic. Not like most thunder you've heard, just rhythmic beating.
Interesting.
As you get to the little center area from the Thunder Mountains, you notice that what looks to be kind of a stage there. The
Captain, I think it's that way.
Okay. He lets you off right on the stage and says he'll be back in a month and flies off.
Oh, yeah. I suppose I should have bought rations.
And you just hear... Oh, go ahead.
No, I would just say Wyland will just kind of look around the stage, maybe take
Alright.
a few steps.
You notice a little archway that looks like it leads inside. As you start heading towards there, you just hear, "Are you ready for the show?"
I don't know. Is it going to be entertaining?
I really hope so. Been writing
You and
this
me-
one for about 300 years.
Well, I think that's more than enough time for a few good edits.
Oh, good. It's we're meeting a troubadour who's been alone for centuries.
A dragon troubadour who's been alone for centuries, who's
There's
collected
not-
nothing but instruments.
This is going to be special.
There's not much for an audience here, though. I mean,
Barsaive's
aside
worst
from me.
one-man band.
Well, now you get to
he comes out with the dragon comes out with a big drum on his back, and he's got cymbals in his hands, and things connected to his feet.
Actually, you notice as he's coming out, you can kind of see it looks like he may have done designs inside of the wings as he holds them slightly open. As he comes out, you notice like each talon, he's walking on his hind legs here, has a bit of an instrument hooked up to it in a way. The cymbals, drums.
That's truly impressive.
As he's walking out, you just hear a very primal beat leading into very more heavy like instrument playing. And he starts to sing. And it's a very old sounding song that he just remixed essentially. And he's singing to you, and it's one of those things of it's a lot coming at you, but it also works stupendously well.
Wyland's just going to kind of sit back and enjoy what's coming at him right now.
Yeah. If I was better prepared for this, an actual singer and such, you probably would be getting a Quest for Camelot style intro of the song. But no, you get there and you get kind of floored by it just because how many instruments this guy can play, how he can keep rhythm. You can even just tell that it sounds like his voice is coming out of two places at once. And
That's amazing.
and you're floored essentially to the point wherever he's just right above you singing with his face right here, just like teeth and everything. And as he's done, he just kind of sits back. What do you think?
Well, one, I'm glad when you were that close to me that the finale was not you eating me, so that's a good thing. Secondly, I'm humbled before your true and unbelievable talent, Master Dragon. My talents and skills are nothing to what you're able to do, and what was it Hyman?
Hyron.
Hyron truly sent me to the trainer who clearly can get me to where I need to be.
Wait, that old bag of scales is all still around?
He is still around, yes,
Huh.
and doing quite well, actually.
I thought he would have died ages ago.
No, he's still there, and this is coming from an elf.
You just see him. Damn. I owe somebody some gold.
Lost a bet to him, eh?
To somebody else.
Ah,
But anyways, so you came here to train, huh? Let me see what you got.
well,
Show me
if
what you got.
If you're Gelpan,
One,
Then
the
yeah.
only, the stupendous, the master of all instruments. Gotta put a ... Just can't really say that, otherwise some other ones will get mad and they'll try to fight you.
sure. No. You're the most amazing performer I've ever seen, without question.
Oh, keep going on.
Oh, you.
But anyway, so what? Oh, what's your specialty? Instrument, song, dance, interpretive dance, mime.
Not so much mime. I'm
Battle mime.
absolutely a musician. By trade, I have a number of instruments I can play. I mostly freestyle rap.
You do not.
Yes, he does. I've been doing this since Circle One.
He does mention he freestyle raps a few things and does throws a performance check. I love the guy who asked for it to be slightly more serious as the one who brings up the freestyle rap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do so many people playing D&D and games like that have their bards rapping?
Because it's funny.
It's really more like epic poetry.
Yeah. But anyways,
but yes,
Epic poetry battles of history.
done in an impromptu fashion. And so yes, poetry, songs, some dance, not as much. Although my former trainer taught me an exceptional dance, which I absolutely will show you. Not necessarily right now, but
and you see there's a what? Oh, you play an instrument. Oh, one second. You see him kind of shuffle off. He reaches into the little overcrop, pulls out a little like circular stand and picks you up and puts you on it.
Yes. Well, I've got the flute and my lute here. Which would you prefer to hear?
Whichever
I
you're
can't do-
worst at.
Whichever I'm worst at. I'm thinking that's going to be the lute, to be honest with you.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Wylan needs more practice with the skin lute.
And,
Yes. His skin flute's just fine. There's a
No,
lot of day.
lute, not flute.
Yeah,
And,
right. No. Yeah, his skin flute is just fine. Yeah, his lute definitely needs work.
So the question would be: would you play one of the ones you were taught as a child, or one of the things you were kind of making up? Songs.
I'm gonna go with a song that I made up.
Okay.
I'm just gonna throw it all out there to this dude.
So you go out. You're playing the lute, and you do miss a few chords here and there. You kind of, you're facing this dragon that is essentially ancient and knows more about music than you ever will.
Yes.
And he's sitting there listening, and like every time you're playing, he like kind of see him bobbing ahead, and then every time you miss, and he's like, "I can see where you need help, boy. I can see where you need help.
Yes.
I'm also guessing you need help a little bit with the fighting, don't you?"
I've gotten better at that. The fact that you said that, you would make another master that I know very happy right now. I'm sure he's smiling. I'm sure he's feeling the vibration coming from you right now. I've gotten much better, and I'll kind of tap on the hilt of my sword.
Ah, oh, good. Oh, come in. Mind the mess. It's been ages since I've had guests.
That's just fine.
And he takes you down this. Pretty much, it looks like the backstage entrance into a green room that he's carved out himself. You see a pile of varying instruments. They're mostly kept in sections. They're not like to the point where he rests on them. You can tell he's working his way through, cataloging and fixing them.
These are amazing.
Yes, offerings from the days before and things I kind of find just randomly out.
I've heard of that. I've heard of this craftsman. He's quite exceptional. I didn't think any of these existed anymore.
The hack. It's this guy you should keep an eye out for.
Really?
This guy he charges more. That's all he does. He just charges more.
Going by name
Fake it till
only.
you make it.
I see.
This product
You're
isn't
saying-
actually better. I'll just charge you as if it is better.
So what you're saying, Sir Coke is not necessarily as good as Sir Pepsi.
Well, that's for damn sure.
But they're still much better than Sir Grey Goose.
I'll second that one.
But the good Dr. Pepper, it's always been the best.
Yes, I hear they've been looking for show sponsors to sponsor some shows.
I would love it still if you guys did. Because that'd be amazing. But anyways, he sits there and he sits down and he looks at your lute, tunes it a little bit, and he pulls out his a lute that he can play too. And he's in there. All right, so you're having trouble with the transition, and he starts showing you how to play it a little bit better, and thus begins your training with it.
Excellent.
And that will actually conclude our session. I want to thank all who watched stream. Wasn't very chatty tonight, but you know what? That's cool. Workers are always welcome.
Yeah.
All who watch later on the YouTube videos. Gonna try and very hard Friday and Saturday, just focusing on getting these things edited and uploaded. And Dakota, what are you up to?
Tomorrow we're playing Astroneer. I'm still playing through all of Kingdom Hearts, which is a nightmare / dream because half the games are terrible and the other half are great.
How many more card games do you have of that?
None, thank Christ.
Oh, it's only the one. Okay.
Yeah, it's only the one.
Yep. And Krendar, how's it going with your streaming and your uploads?
Been pretty good. I just did a Bloodborne stream yesterday,
Cool.
so those uploads will be starting off soon. And before that, I was doing the Unfinished Swan, so that was a fun one to do, especially since I did What Remains of Edith Finch the week before that, and the two games are connected.
Huh.
Really? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I didn't know that until I was playing. Have you played either one of them?
No, Edith Finch is on my list.
Okay. Well, at one point late in the game of Edith Finch, there's a very strong reference to the Unfinished Swan if you have played it and can recognize it.
Also, sorry, Sloan.
Oh no, it's good. Okay.
But that's basically what's going on over here.
All right.
And hopefully I'll get back to collab cheating on you again with Girl Does Rant soon.
Shit.
You bastard. Anyways, and Chris, you still have more of your actual play going up? Yes.
Yep. My Deadlands actual play is still going up, and episodes every other week. So
Nice.
yeah, still moving along.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, and me, I'm trying to get back into the actual recording, just random stuff that isn't up live streams because there's some shit I just need to edit out. God, there's a lot of filler in a lot of these games. And looking to aim hopefully this weekend or something, depending on Dakota and Brad, doing a Monster Hunter stream for the first time.
That's
Until
pretty
then,
popular.
yeah. Until then, thank you all for watching. Adios.
Bye.